All right, this is Lambo's What is Sports featuring the Big Brother featuring Silent Sports Network. All right, this is the AFC West divisional showdown. All right, the Chargers versus the Chiefs. Now, you see the Chargers lose to the Cowboys. You see them collapse. Braden Staley job is probably on the line. This could be his last game if they don't beat the Chiefs. All right, and the Chiefs are on a roll, but offensively they are struggling. They only scored 19 points against the Broncos 10 days ago or 8 days ago on last Thursday night game before, this past one from last night. They're 5-1. The Chargers are 2-3. I'm not sure if the finger adjusted Herbert affected his throwing. I don't think it did. I'm not using that as an excuse. The defense is awful, but I mean it stepped up a little bit against the Cowboys, but it's not all that. I take the defensive line over the secondary. Now, these are the two most talented quarterbacks in the division: Pat Mahomes and Justin Herbert. All right, those are the most two talented quarterbacks in the division. Who would I take? I obviously take Pat Mahomes or Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert has been great. He has great stats, but his team around him is just not enough. I mean, he has great receivers, but the problem he's missing, the Chargers had a weak special teams for a decade, and their defense is still goddamn awful. And Braden Staley is a defensive head coach, and he hasn't fixed the defense yet. So I'm not sure if this could be his last game. I think it will be his last game because we getting sick and tired. He's an analytic guy. He's aggressive. And I mentioned in the last episode on Monday before I got sick that I didn't like him going for it on 4th and 1 when all you had to do was tie and kick the field goal. And maybe you could have beat the Dallas Cowboys, but you cost those 3 points right there. Now, in this particular situation, Travis Kelce should be 100% healthy after the high, little ankle he suffered against the Vikings. He should be 100%. In this game, I'm going to go ahead and take the Chiefs in this game. The game is an Arrowhead. I'm comfortable. I'm not sure about the run game. I mean, it's consistent enough, but when you have Kellen Moore as offensive coordinator, you tend to pass it more than you run the ball. So the Chargers are not somewhat balanced to beat that Chiefs defense. And by the way, the Chiefs defense is probably the best defense I've seen in a while under the Andy Reid tree because the defense is up and down. I give them the best defenses this year. But if the Chargers are not balanced on offense and you're missing Mike Williams, who tore his ACL a couple weeks ago, and you're getting Josh Palmer that start, it's just going to be very difficult for me. As much as I love Justin Herbert, I have no hate against Justin Herbert. I am more confident.
Ooh, he is frozen. Lambo, I don't know if you can hear us, but you're frozen. Now you're back. I didn't hear like the last half
No,
of
I
what you
take
said.
Chiefs. Oh, I said I'm confident in the Chiefs head coaching staff more than the Chargers, so I'm going ahead and take the Chiefs.
Word. Yeah, I'm on the Chiefs too. So the line is 5.5, and for the Chiefs, and if I were going to bet on this game, which that is undecided yet, I have a while to make that decision, I would take the Chargers on the line, but not the money line. I would take them on the spread, but not the money line. I think this will be a close game. I've got it like 27-24. The issue for me is I think the same for you. The Chargers defense, where they did show some flashes of being good like throughout the season, they're not consistent at all. And it doesn't help. Derwin James is questionable. If he can't practice today, he'll go into the weekend completely 50-50 on whether or not he plays on Monday. So I'm assuming we would have to wait until Monday to figure that out. And I, don't really want to wait that long to make a decision on whether or not I'm going to bet this game. Also, like you mentioned, the Chiefs defense has been playing very well this year, much better than we've seen them play in the past 5 years at least. And then, just along the lines of that defense, I don't know. The way that Dak navigated the Chargers defense when it mattered makes me now I love Dak and I think he's a very good quarterback, but this is Patrick Mahomes we're talking about. And the way that Dak was able to navigate this defense when it mattered makes me so much more confident in Pat being able to handle this defense just as well, if not better, than Dak did. And then also you look at the other side of the ball with Eckler. week 1 when he was completely healthy. He only got 16 carries or 17 carries. And then last week, his first week back, he gets 15 to 16 as well. So I don't think that's enough. Obviously, Eckler's never broken 1,000 yards as a rusher, but it's what he can do in both the pass and the run game. He scores a lot of touchdowns in both. That's like the only thing he does is score touchdowns. So that's what's getting me a little bit like uneasy, and that's why I would definitely take the Chargers when it comes to covering the spread. But straight up money line, I'm taking the Chiefs in this game for sure.
I never knew that Austin Eckler never had 1,000 yards rushing. He never had 1,000 yards rushing in his career? Like, never?
Nope.
What the heck? What did he waste his talents? Wow.
Well, it's because of what he can do in the just catching and receiving. But yeah, his highest season rushing is 915 yards. That was last year. Year before was 911. And then, last year he had 13 touchdowns rushing, and the year before that he had 12. And then you look into the passing game, and he is absolutely ridiculous there as a receiver as well. Last year was actually, nope, I lied. 722 yards in the air last year, 5 touchdowns. So combined yards, he had 1,618 touchdowns. So still a weapon on offense, one of the best players on offense in the league. But yeah, as a pure running back, he has not gone over 1,000.
And he didn't make the Pro Bowl. That's crazy. He didn't make the Pro Bowl last season. He was the leading rusher in rushing touchdowns and didn't make the Pro Bowl. That's crazy.
Damn, I didn't even realize that. How do you not?
Yeah, he was the leading rusher in rushing touchdowns last year. He didn't make the Pro Bowl. Nobody picked him to go to the Pro Bowl.
That's ridiculous. 700 yards in the air, 5 touchdowns, and then you put 915 and 13 on the ground, and you don't make the Pro Bowl.
You didn't make the Pro Bowl. That's 18. Was it 18 touchdowns? He had 5 receiving, 13 rushing. That's 18. He gets a Pro Bowl.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I mean, that's he slept on. I guess it's what the whole running back controversy of running backs not getting paid. That's just a big controversy right there. I mean, he's a valuable asset, but when you have a new offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, I'm just not confident they're going to run the ball enough. I mean, I'm confident they're going to throw it, but that chart is
He's never made a Pro Bowl. He's never made a Pro Bowl in his career.
Oh my God! Wow!
What the fuck? How?
Never made a Pro Bowl?
Dude, he was in the Offensive Player of the Year voting. He was in the Offensive Player of the Year voting last year. Led the league in total touchdowns the past 2 years, and has not made a Pro Bowl.
What is the NFL doing?
What the hell?
What's the NFL doing? You're sleeping on this man and wonder why he's underpaid as a running back. I mean, my God, I don't get it. I feel like the NFL GMs are being disrespectful. Please pay this man if he got all these leaders and touchdowns and all this stuff. But just getting back to the Chargers, we know that Austin Eckler is a good asset, but it just comes to a point where the offensive line is not that good. You see, the Cowboys D-line exposed that O-line. So that O-line really going to concern me. It really does. They have some injuries going on in the offensive line. I'm concerned for that Chargers O-line because Justin Herbert can get there, but he got hella pressure against the Cowboys. And this Chiefs defense, I'm not saying it's better than the Dallas Cowboys defense because it's not. It's not better at all. It's getting there, but it's not better. The Cowboys defense is obviously better than the Chiefs defense. But when it comes to pressures, Chris Jones is going to manhandle that offensive line. Just like what Michael Parsons and D. Lawrence did last Monday night. They're going to handle that pressure. So that's the reason why I'm taking the Chiefs because I'm not concerned. I am concerned with the Chargers offensive line. And when your offensive line is weak, it's hard for you to run the ball. And as much as I want the Chargers to be balanced, it's Kellen Moore. All right, he got resigned and fired for a reason in Dallas. He ain't goddamn balanced. That's why Mike McCarthy is calling the plays. And they more run the ball first than pass it, which more maybe let's say 55% run and 49% pass, which is kind of what the Chargers need to be at. But they're more of like 65% pass, 35% run, which I don't like their chances against the Chiefs. They need to expose them more. But next episode of Lambo's Water Sports, this will be a great Sunday night game. The Eagles versus the Dolphins. All right. 2 quarterbacks, Tua and Jalen Hurts. They both came from the University of Alabama. Actually, this would be a great shootout game, I guess, because both of these defenses aren't that good. The Dolphins isn't that good without Jalen Ramsey. You're placing with him Eli Apple. The Eagles defense with the new defensive coordinator has been suspect for the last 6 games anyway.
In the
Like I
passing
said,
game, they've been
the
suspect
passing.
in the secondary. Their running defense is the best in the league.
Well, I feel like the Dolphins will expose that with Raheem Moister, but I will talk about that next. But yes, the Eagles pass defense is a little suspicious.
Trust.
But
yeah.
Both defenses are a little bit suspicious. One may be better than the other, but we'll talk about that next. Lambo's World of Sports. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. What your thoughts think in this video? Who will win? Will the Chargers win? Will pull up the upset to save Brandon Staley's job? Or will the Chiefs keep on winning to get back into the Super Bowl and win another one? All right, this is it for Lambo's World of Sports. We'll catch you next episode of 5 minutes for the Eagles versus the Dolphins.